You know who it is, and you know what time it is. Time to piss off some feminists, trad cucks, and whoever don't want to know the truth. Oh well, let's get started. What is going on, gents? It's R.P.M. here, reporting from Mobile Command. Dude Man Sr., Arganunya, and Hey, It's a Black Guy really wanted me to talk about the article that Sandman recently covered about the Mexican cartels. So, of course, I'm going to honor their request. Now, this article was published on the 31st of August back in 2015. However, during the turbulent times we're seeing now, oh yeah, things are about to get a whole lot more interesting. Why have feminists been disappearing in Mexico? I'm going to read some of the article, so of course you guys can read the full article in the description box. But I'm going to read a little bit of it, and then I'm going to talk about some things and talk about the real truth that so many women do everything they can to avoid. Drug gangs, the government, and a patriarchal justice system are threatening the lives of the country's women. See, once again, women never differentiate between what type of women are being threatened. They want to make you seem as if it's all women being threatened. No. Once again, women operate from a zero-sum mindset. If one woman is being threatened, then they're going to make sure to say it's all women. But gentlemen, we know that's the furthest thing from the truth. Nadia Vera was a young, exuberant woman whose mother called her Sugar Girl and whose friends lauded her as a committed activist. She studied in the capital of the southeastern state of Veracruz, Jalapa, and was active in student movements and struggles for the defense of natural resources and land in Veracruz. On a local internet television channel, Rompaviento, she questioned how many journalists have been assassinated without anything happening. How many students, how many activists, how many human rights defenders have been assassinated or disappeared? Ah, yes. See, sometimes it's better to blend in than to stand out. MGTOWs and red pillars know this all too well. Sometimes it's better to fight from the shadows than to take the slings and arrows. Because especially in countries like Mexico, Brazil, some first world countries, but not as civil as most Western countries, sometimes speaking out will put a bullseye on your back. Just saying. You got to be smart with your activism. On July 31st, 2015, at the age of 32, she was found assassinated in an apartment in a middle-class neighborhood in Mexico City, alongside her friend Ruben Espinosa, a photographer who had fled the state of Veracruz, notorious for assassinations of journalists, after he felt threatened. Her flatmates, Eunicia Quiros, Mile Virginia Martin, and their housekeeper, Alejandra Negrete, were also murdered, and the bodies of Nadia, Eunicia, and Mile all showed signs of rape and torture. Their bodies speak, said Carla Michelle Salas, the lawyer for Nadia's family. This is a specific type of violence aimed at them just for the simple act of being a woman. This is what allows it to be defined as femicide, which does not detract from the fact that the motive may have been political, she added on the online television program Luchadores. These murders are part of a national insecurity crisis. An estimated 6 women are victims of femicide every day. All assassinations that demonstrate that gender was part of the motive for their murder. No. Honestly, most murders outside of assassination are typically crimes of opportunity. But of course, they want to make this into what it's not. What about men that get murdered? Now, from what I can gather from this, Ruben Espinosa was the actual target. Everybody else just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. That's what, in my opinion, was the actual motive. If they were not there, they would have not gotten, snuffed out. But since they want to make this about women, well, we're going to take this road. When the news broke about photographer Ruben Espinosa's murder, the press mentioned the assassination of the 4 other women as a side note and failed to name them. When it was revealed that Nadia Vera was among the women, the brutal crime took on another political dimension. Just months previously, Vera had denounced the governor of Veracruz for his complicity in the violence that ravaged the state. We completely hold Javier Duarte de Ochoa, governor of the state, and his cabinet as responsible for anything that could happen to those involved and organized in these types of movements, Vera told Rompevieto. The government has been pursuing a line of investigation based on a burglary, even though the assailants barely stole anything. You guys can read the rest in the article in the description box. But, as I stated before, in my opinion, Ruben was the actual target. Everybody else, simply wrong place, wrong time. But they're going to try to make this into a political thing. Oh, feminists are being killed. No. But guess what? Men get killed every day. Do men make a big deal out of it? We just simply say, damn, that's fucked up. I wonder what happened. Oh, well, he should have been more careful. See, women of today have been so coddled and protected from reality to the point they have become outright arrogant. Yeah. See, Western women and foreign-born westernized women truly operate from a childlike mentality when it comes to the real world. Now, back in the olden days, when it came to the mafia and any sort of organized crime group, they had a rule: no women, no children. However, nowadays, anybody can get got. Unfortunately, including children. Yeah, even children can get got nowadays. Now, a couple of years ago, I did a video about two, I think that was Swedish. It's been so long, I might forgot. But we'll just say two white women who decided to go camping in a remote country. And they were told by the locals, do not go to a certain area. But unfortunately, in their ignorance and their arrogance against all precautions, they went into that certain area, and what happened? They both got beheaded. Yeah. And the world went crazy. Oh my God, I can't believe this. Those barbarians. But those women were told by the locals, hey, don't go to this certain bad area. But that demonstrates what? The outright arrogance of the modern woman. See, the modern woman believes that all men around the world are going to treat them the same as the men around them. So if they have, weak, pussified men around them who are willing to do their bidding, they believe that every man on earth is going to act the same way. No, ladies. See, this is why you operate from a zero-sum mindset. No, not all men operate from that mindset. Yes, the overwhelming majority of men will not, do anything to you. However, there are men out there who are waiting for the opportunity for you to mess up, for them to take you out. It just is what it is, ladies. You walk around with your head in the clouds because you believe that there's this magical force shield around you at all times. And the fact that, in civil societies with civil men who still operate from a skewed version of chivalry, that you can simply summon a group of defenders at all times. No, ladies, that does not work anymore. That really does not work. See, the modern woman has truly become damn near indefensible as more men have realized and are saying, you know what? You want equality, sis? I'm going to let you experience equality. I'm not going to jump to your defense. Now, Abba and Preach recently put out a video about how violent the world truly is. And of course, I put my comment under that video and said, cold, hard truth. You are not obligated to help anyone. So, of course, some woman commented under my comment to say, well, if a young girl was being threatened, and I immediately snapped back. I said, well, you see the fact that you said a young girl being threatened instead of a person being threatened lets me know of your inherent bias toward men. See, gentlemen, women honestly believe that they are more important than you. But I'm going back to reference a certain movie, The Screwfly Solution. Ladies, what would happen if, through no control of ourselves, the male population turned against the female population? No more white knights, no more simping forces. Shout out to Mr. Palmer for that one. Nothing. The gender war becomes a physical hot battle. Ladies, even though you outnumber us, our own violent nature would essentially wipe you out within 6 months to a year. And that's if we're not actively trying. Just saying. Modern women really need to get a damn clue about how violent this world truly is. Insofar as feminists, every time I talk to a feminist, I always ask them, if modern society is so bad and there's this patriarchy that is, got its thumb on your neck, why don't you simply gather your feminist sisters and go out and build your own community? I never get a good answer for that question. But of course, I'll let them know. Because one, you would actually have to work to build the community. And two, you would actually have to secure the community. Yeah. Forget all this Amazonia crap, ladies. Forget all that. If women were to go out and try to build a community, all it would take is a group of bad men to waltz in and take it over. You ladies know that. You're never willing to admit that, but you know that. Yep. Even criminals can organize. So yeah, you get a group of women who go out and say, we're going to build Amazonia. Yeah. All it would take, let's say you had about 500 women. 500. They build their little community. Let's say a group of 100 men come to that community. What do you think is going to honestly happen? Those men are going to take out the women who have the biggest mouths. The women who think that they can fight, they're going to be the first ones taken out. And guess what? When those other women see what happens, they're going to submit. Why? Because, ladies, as much as you want to say that men and women are equal, we are not. We're not. Men are bigger, faster, stronger, and more savage in our nature. You ladies, you never had the threat of violence visited upon you. So that's why you're able to walk through society and say, oh, no, look at me, blah, 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 blah. No, ladies, no. If you want true equality, then guess what? Violence will be visited upon you. Just saying. But yeah, like the Mexican cartels, there are groups of men in every country that do not care about your gender. You are a target of opportunity, and therefore, guess what? If you're in the wrong place and the wrong time, they know good and well, you know what? Yeah, we're going to take this person out. Men get disappeared all the time. Men meet violent ends every day. Ladies, you're human just like we are. You can also meet a violent end. It is what it is. But unfortunately, so many women honestly do not believe that. And once again, that is that bubble of delusion that the modern woman has been allowed to live in. But, well, one day, ladies, one day. Oh, and something else that I've seen as of late that has not been mentioned. Police recruitment is going down. It has been going down year by year. What does that mean? If there's not enough police forces out there, guess what? A lot of hockey masks could be going on. I mean, where George Floyd was, defund the police, guess what? Violence went up. Crime went up. You modern women truly are not ready for what's about to come. You think you are, but you're not. Because when it comes to survival, it becomes every man for themselves. And a lot of these feminists, they're going to experience the true terror of the real world. No filters, no protection, no nothing. And then we'll see if you're really about that life. As Kevin Samuel says, feminism can only exist in a first world country. And as I say, when the power goes out, feminism will go out right along with it. Let me know what you guys think. RPM, I am